Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Um, Everybody kind of left, only my son here, so it's quiet. So I thought I'd try to cram in a quick little tour of all my tanks, and then later on I plan to give more details about each tank. Like I think maybe like quick little videos, separate videos about each tank individually, and then after that I'll start diving into more of the technical aspects of everything, and yeah, something like that, right? So I'm still trying to figure it out. So I know these first few videos are probably going to be a little maybe boring, I don't know, but hopefully it just kind of gives you a picture of me and what I'm working on and where I'm going with all this. So I appreciate your patience, and so let's get started. Oh, another thing too is the the camera that I was using. There's like this little attachment that goes on it, and I told myself, "Gosh, I'm really going to lose that," and I've already lost it. I can't find it anywhere, so I'm filming this on my phone, and I can't find. There's the camera. Okay, there it is. Okay. So I'm not looking at the camera, I'm sorry. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. And right, let's get started. So right now, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm in the kitchen. Oh, I think you might have actually seen the saltwater tank back there. Yeah. No, that's my boy playing video games. I don't have my glasses on. Look, here they are. Yeah. All right. I'll get these going, and then I'm going to just kind of walk around and show you all my tanks. Here we go. So here in the kitchen. Now, if you watched my video from yesterday, I told you about this 3-tier system that I have right here. So on the top, there's a 30-gallon, and then there's a 20-gallon, and then another 20-gallon down here. The tank up here is primarily tetras. We used to call this Blackwater Cove, the Pirate Cove, because it was black water because of the type of wood that was in there really leached out tannins into the water, so it was really dark for a long time. But that's been a couple of years, so it cleared up. It's a mess in this tank. The anacris on the top up here, it's horrible, but it's the only tank that I have it growing in, so that's this stuff right here, okay? It's only growing in this tank. People still like to get it and pick it up and use it for their ponds. You see here I got the grass. This is the grass that I referred to the other video. I also have, I believe these are Amazon swords. Yeah, they're growing everywhere, and yeah, I know they'll get huge. But yeah, this at one time this was a pretty cool tank. I do want to redo this tank. I probably want to redo them all. For one, it's got a crack back here. I don't know if you can make that out, but you see that crack? Now I put some glue on the backside, and it hasn't leaked, but it seems to have kind of, there's a paint film on the back of this, and it seems to have kind of spread and taken the paint off. So it makes me wonder if this crack is going to become a problem. So I wouldn't mind buying a new tank and getting that set up in here as well. But yeah, look at these guys. Hi. They're not shy. They see me take pictures all the time. Yep, and you can see all the algae on the glass. How nice is that? All right. So yeah, these are primarily all tetras. Of course we got a few. You don't see them right now, but there's a couple of little cories in there, and there's I have a pleco in there. He's a rubber lip pleco. Of course, he's not visible either. And there's also a Julie. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Julie Cory in here. Oh, there's one. There's one of the little cories. They're fun. I gotta tell you a little story about that. That was great. I used to have a catfish in my big tank, and when I got these little guys, they were little babies, and I put them in that I put them in that tank, and the catfish had one of them in its mouth. My wife and I spent an hour chasing him around and got it, saved him, put him all in this tank, and he remarkably survived. That catfish is no longer around. He actually passed of natural causes. It was really weird, but it was strange because he kind of starved to death. It was like he was getting skinnier and skinnier, and he wasn't eating, and he used to eat ferociously. All right, so this tank that we're looking at, this is my platy tank, and these guys love to breed. And there's not as many now because I've split them all out by their characteristics. In this tank, the characteristic that I was looking for is the markings on their body, like this guy, the little speckle, and this one, this girl. Actually, look at that. She's got babies in there. But see the dark. Well, she's not showing me now. Oh, this guy. His name is Texas Panda. He's got a little stripe over the top of his head. They're guppies. This is a female guppy. The male guppy is this blue guy right here. It's still a glare, even though it's nighttime. Is it focusing? There we go. And the female. And I wanted to, breed him true to his color. But he's not breeding. He hasn't made any babies for me yet. So that's why. Oh, and look at this guy. Clown Loach. He's pretty awesome. He's kind of a new addition. He's been in here about a month now. He's fun. He's shy. Anyway, so that's the platy tank. Down below, this is where I get to like sit on the floor, is I call this the Neon Nebula. This is where my neons are. But again, a lot of tetras in here. Got some, what do they call these? Harlequin rasboras. See them? Now what's interesting, hey, look at it. I got that in both the pictures. So this one is orange. But look at that guy. He's like a red color. They were bought at two different stores. So I don't know if they're like two different species or what. But yeah, see the red and then the orange guy. And, so it's funny. I know exactly how many fish I have in each of these tanks. So I have 3 of the orange guys and I have 2 of the red guys. Also, look at this cardinal. This is the biggest cardinal I've ever seen, ever. I mean, he's almost 2 inches long, guys. He's a monster. And with him, accompanying him, are these neons. And there's 4 of those. Used to be 5. One was a runt and survived like a year, and then it finally passed. And then I got a bunch of these algae eaters. I say a bunch, I have 5 of them. Oh, and here's a new one here. The store didn't have this guy labeled correctly. They called it a community fish, and then they just sold it like that. So I had to actually go on a forum and ask people, anybody recognize this fish? What is this? So this is called a bloodfin tetra. Or redfin? Maybe it was redfin? Either way, I have 6 of those. I bought all the rest of the ones that they had left. And of course, coming into the foreground now are these ember tetras. I have 4 of them. Focus. There. Oh, all 4 in the picture. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's great. All right, and then of course, these guys are a lot of fun. See, I got 3 of these guys in here. Albino cories. They are just little busybodies, always running around, always just going through the substrate. I hope that's focusing. There's still a reflection in this. It's kind of crazy. I also have in here that stay hidden all the time 10 of the yellow shrimp that I've been breeding in the guppy tank. It's in my office. But yep, that's this tank. What didn't I point out? I think that's all the fish in here. Oh no, actually there's a this is called a what's that called? Drapefin? Drapefin. Oop, and he ran back to the back. And I know she's a girl because the boy died. She had a partner. They were actually spawning. There she is. Look at in the center. You see her? They were spawning, and then like a few days later, he passed. So I was wondering, like, is the stress of spawning something that can kill a fish? I'd never seen anything like that. By the way, I've never had any of my fish that lay eggs actually make babies. I've never had that happen. Only my live bears have made me babies. So I've heard people were like, yeah, my such and such fish, laid eggs and spawned. And I'm like, wow, I'm so envious. I've only been doing this I'd say like, you know, this right here about 3 years. I've been doing fish like 4, but didn't really get into it seriously. Like I said in my last video, until, you know, 3 years ago. I mean, you know, I'll be fair. It was probably like 3 years. But yeah, yeah, these guys are so cool. I love the orange ones, really, honestly. I think they're the most vibrant right there. The red ones are kind of dull, kind of a dull red color to them. I still like them. I love them all. I love these fish. Just love them. All right, let's pick it up off the floor. And this isn't the order that I got all the tanks, by the way. So like now, I'm gonna walk over here. All right, so a few days ago, I had a tragedy. I think it was 2 days ago. And I had a tank right here. You see, I got this little tank right here. There we go, got my finger in the picture. It's only a little 5-gallon. And then I had a 10-gallon over here. 2 mornings ago, I woke up and water was just going all over the floor right here. And it had just started, so it sprung a leak. And so I'm like, I gotta go to work. I have meetings and stuff I gotta go to. And so I'm like running around. My wife's running around with me. We got towels. We're trying to get it. And then I had to get a couple of buckets and I had to drain it, but I had to move the fish out of it. Luckily, I only had 3 goldfish, and you'll see them. I did some quick research and determined that goldfish are compatible with platies. So they went into the platy tank that was in my office. All right, so this is like a little 5-gallon right here. This is pretty cool. That right there is a black orchid. Look at him, he's so pretty. Black orchid beta. And I rescued him. He had been at the shop. I guess nobody wanted a black fish, so I rescued him, and he was only like a penny, so he was an adoption. Also in here, so this tank is not very old either. For a 5-gallon, look how much stuff I crammed into that. You guys can do this. You can fit it anywhere. You have an apartment or whatnot. I mean, isn't this cool? Also in here that you're not going to see is a very rare fish. Those guys. Gold tetras. Not gold neon tetras. Gold tetras. What's really cool about them is that they only have this gold color if they're wild caught. And they develop that gold color from some sort of parasite that's in their waters naturally and causes them to turn this color. So if they had babies, all their babies would be like a gray-brown color. Or that's what I read. And that's if I've identified them correctly. The guy at the pet store didn't know what they were, and I bought them all at the gold neon price. Okay, so, oh, and they're hiding again. Yeah, look at, can I get in there? Look at that fish. They are so cool. That gold, this picture is not doing it justice. That gold shimmers like literal gold jewelry. Okay. Anyway, so I'll be doing a build out sooner than I expect. And I'll do it in here, and I'll try to film the whole thing. Golly, we're already at 13 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to make this one short. All right, over here. I don't know if you remember the picture that you saw, like it was like this from my video last time. Well, I added the beta sorority in here. It's a 16-gallon tank. It's cool because it's kind of thin, right? So it's only like, what is this, like 11 inches deep. And it's as long as it is right here, but it fit, you know, I had to fit between my light switch and our little containers that are right here. So, and it did. But yep, these are all my betas. They're fun. I also have some endlers in there. There they are. Cobras, and I think they're all cobras. I did have some like blue ones. Oh, and then one male. Yet another rescue. This one was almost dead, and the lady asked me to bring him home and see if I can't revive him. He was like really puny. All my girls are huge. Look at this. So I had no worries about putting him in here. He when he got in here the first time, he thought he was going to be a big bad boy and flared up, and all the females just kind of like went up to him and were like, and ever since then he's behaved himself. So it's been really cool. So he just hangs out. He thinks he's one of the girls. Also in here I've got some like pygmy quarries, And yeah, I wonder if he's here. I'm looking. I don't see it. I got a little clown pleco in here as well. Fits in here perfectly. Also, I put my shrimp culls in here. So there's some like, oh, there's one right there. Look at that. He's like chocolate brown. Man, is that focusing? I hope it is. Ain't he cool? And there's like several in here. So what happened was, over here, this was the tank that used to be Graffiti's tank. Remember I said I like to repurpose things? This became my shrimp tank, cherry shrimps. And you see right here, I got a chili rasbora. He's coming right out front. How nice of him. And I've had, like, I had guppy grass in here, and it was covering the entire thing. You couldn't see anything, so I pulled it all out. I got it in a bowl over there. But yeah, I fed these guys earlier today. Look at them all. I started out with 5. 5. Yep. I bet you there's almost 100 in here now. It's pretty crazy. There's a few snails in here too, and whatever these little white guys are everywhere. I don't know if they're snails or some sort of, you know, some sort of like scaly looking, I don't know. If you guys know, put it down in the comments, please. In here, there are 3 chili rasboras, and 2 of them are clearly males, and 1 of them may be a female. And I got lucky finding her because apparently they're pretty rare in these parts. You know, we don't. The lady at the pet store, one of the pet stores that I go to, she was like, "Yeah, they never give us females; they're all males." I'm like, "Well, that's a bummer because I'd love to breed these. I mean, I don't know if they would breed in here or what." There's 3 in there, I promise. There, look, there's one in the back right there. There he is, just hanging out. And the girl's like, "No, I don't want a photo shoot. Sorry." Okay. All right, cool. Let's make this quicker. There's a saltwater tank. I'm going to have a video, guys, soon about the differences between saltwater and freshwater. Obviously, one has saltwater, right? But like just the upkeep in this, you know, I'll just tell you right now, spoiler alert. Saltwater tanks are very, very time consuming. And of course, I went all out. Like I've got live corals everywhere, and you know that's a Duncan that hasn't been out in days. But this stuff grows on the side like crazy. Like every 2 days, I got to scrape this stuff off. I'm getting sick of it. There's a leather. I've got some mushrooms. That right there, actually, that's a Godzilla mushroom. Apparently, at that size right there, is worth like $300 or $400, I think, or you know, I don't know. I'm like, that can't be, like, because I got like a little baby even right there, and I got some in my other tank. This thing's fun. Usually he's out like a lot more than that. This is called a macro algae. I think it's called dragon's tongue or something like that. But I got some cool zoas. Man, if the glass is clean, you know what? So I'll be doing that. Those are blue and yellow. Those zoas that are right there, and these are pink, literally pink. Pictures probably not picking that up right very well. Okay, and then our bedroom. Yes, I know. Another one, and yeah, it's just crazy, right? I've broken apart a lot of stuff, so I throw a lot of frags in here that I'm trying to like frag, and so this tank is not like, you know, it's not showcase. Okay, all right, so let's get out of the bedroom. Okay, there's the kitchen. Oh, and there's the tank that that we talked about the last video, and then you come into my office. Oh, crud! I thought I turned all the lights on. Okay, so in my office I have yet 4 more tanks. Okay. There they are. So let me turn the lights on for this guy. All right, up here I have kind of my red plant tank, and right now I'm having a little bit of an algae issue. Okay, here's another beta that I rescued. Oh, well, he didn't like that. That was another male beta. That's why they all have to have their own tanks, so males can't be together. Rescued him, but you'll see here. So this was my orange tank. So all the platies that were super, orange, like in this color right here, I separated out because I wanted them to start like breeding just oranges. Also in here, you'll see I got a female sword. Wow, this camera's doing horrible right here. And one of her babies is hiding, of course. Oh no, he's right here. He's right there, okay? That's one of her offspring. I had a male in here. He jumped out. I know. I actually had a fish jump out of this tank and end up in that tank. I don't know how it's possible. If you look, it's like this. Look at this. Jumped right out of the tank, came down, must have hit the light that's mounted right up underneath here like that. Must have hit that and then traveled and fell down into the water right here. It was the craziest thing. So here's the goldfish I brought over. These three guys, you see them? They're right here. Yeah, there you go. Oh, the black one and that one and then this one right there. They're all three all together right here. So they'll go back into their own tank. They're having a blast in here. Honestly, they've been going through here and having a good time. So this was a tank that I tried to set up, and this is another set of the platies that I with just the silver bellies. So I put them all in here and separated out that, and they've been almost breeding, true. So this was a tank where I thought it would be fun to have pearlweed on the bottom and do the whole bottom in pearlweed and stuff. And oh my gosh, guys, yes, it's great for ground cover and we'll do it quickly, but it is, make sure you only have one tank because you'll be maintaining that every week or so because you have to trim it. Yeah, keep up with it. Okay, all right, so we're trying to make this quick, right? So this is my cichlid tank. Here you'll notice that I have this cool background. It's an LED background that I DIY'd. I built it myself, and I have a video that I've started creating, but it's not it's not me talking or anything because I didn't do any progress pictures at all. So I'm having to find like all these pictures and then it's all like written explanations. So it's going to be more like that, and you guys could just start asking questions about it in the comments or whatever. But basically I set up zones on it. And then each zone, so 1, 2, 3, and then the bottom is a zone. See how it's staying like solid green right there? And I change these colors all the time, and I got all these like different things I can do, and I actually and I program it all from a web interface that I made for it, or that came with the controller that I got. But this is kind of my cichlid tank. Okay, so it's kind of cool. Oh yeah, this was a cichlid that I rescued. A lady, she needed to rehome him. I got him recently, and he's a beaut. Look at him. Look at him. Yep. Oh, and then the yo-yo loach. Always loves this yo-yo loach. Is just, he's like Mr. Friendly. Look, he's always like, hi, hey, want to be my friend? You want to be my friend? All right. So all these guys, they have names. This is a fun one right here. I like this guy. Focus. And this one. I like them all. This is a bushfish. Oh, there he goes. That's called a bushfish. Have you ever seen one of those? Isn't that cool? Little cherry barb down there. This guy's a survivor. Man, I got a story about him, but no time right now. I'm already up there like 23 minutes. Jeesh. There's another one. Here's another cichlid. And then somewhere in here is a mama. And I know she's a mama. I think they call her a yellow lab. Oh, there she is. Oh, stay. Look at her throat. Look at her throat. See the throat? That is because these are called, well, now it escapes me. Mouth dweller? No. Golly, guys, what's it called? I got so excited I can't remember. A mouth brooder or brooder. Yeah, something like that, right? So her babies are inside her mouth, or her eggs are, and her babies will all hatch inside of her mouth. So she lays the eggs. The male, will fertilize them, and then she'll pull them back into her mouth, and then she'll just keep them there. And she doesn't eat, right? So when I feed this tank, she runs around acting like she wants to eat. So she's going through the motions, but she doesn't eat anything. And apparently that's pretty, apparently that's normal, okay? I shouldn't be worried because she can actually go weeks without eating. Here's another yo-yo loach. I actually have 3 of them. One used to be in this thing. I bought them all 3 at the same time, and all 3 the same size even, and they turned into small, medium, and large. So medium and large are in this tank right now, and I put small in the tank that you saw in my last video, my first tank. I call that tank, I call that Gen Pop. General population, right? That was my funny name for it. So this is the cichlid tank. And then last but not least are my guppies. And you see the guppy grass just went out of control. I need to trim this up. These guppies are huge breeders. There's my red root floaters too. I have those for sale if anybody wants them. If you're in Georgia. But I got a lot. I mean, there's some great guppies in here. Look at these guys. They're just beautiful. And they're, you know, they're like, it's like Skittles shrimp, right? They just make all kinds of cool variations, and it's just fun to just watch them all. And my kids even sit here and like, oh, I like this one, I like that one, you know. There's one of my females. She's a big producer right here. That girl, if you see her, she's the big yellow one with the blue tail, right? And then and there's the other. No, I'm sorry. Let me look. My other female is a big blue girl. She's probably around back somewhere now. Oh, and also in here, guys, I have a bunch of yellow shrimp. So here's the thing about shrimp, and these guys are breeding like crazy. I started with 10 of them. There's probably 50 of them in here, and I took 10 of them out and put them in the neon tank. But these guys breeding like crazy. Love them. You can't have the same. So remember I was telling you about the culls that I put in the beta sorority. So you can't have shrimp of different colors. I mean, you can, okay, but you shouldn't have them in there if you want them to breed true to color. All right. So the thing is what they'll do is they'll mix and they return back to their natural state, and that's what happened. And then actually it happened on their first breeding. Like I was told that it would take some time for them to breed the natural color back in. So eventually what I did was separated them all. What I had was blues and reds in the same tank in this. So I had blues and reds in here, and eventually I was able to get all the brown colored shrimp out of here and the blues, and then put them over here. And look, it's nighttime, guys. It's getting. Yeah, I got my floaters on here. Oh, that's a pothos right here. Man, I gotta make videos about each one of these, because I have stories about all of this. And now see it clear. Let me see if I can stand in front of it. I had to put this sheet right here because it glared on the front of the glass from my counter. Watch. Of course, you're not gonna see it now because it's dark, but you get the idea, right? Anyway, but yeah. So what'll happen with your shrimp? They'll start breeding, and then they'll start making colors that are not as pretty as they were. Now, the shrimp are great though. Like I love the chocolate browns that I got out of them. Are really kind of cool. Like I'll look at them, I go, man, look how chocolate brown that is. I mean, it was brown. So it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But if you want to keep your colors, if you want to keep your colors, then yeah, you definitely want to keep those guys separated. And that's what I've done. I put the yellows in one tank and the reds in the other. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. That was the quick tour. Oh, wait, hold on. Like, remember I was telling you about the frog? Oh my God, I'm like in the screen here. Here's a little froggy's tank. And I put the towel on here to keep the gnats inside of it because they can fit through this grate. But this is like the little thing that I set up for him. And he's just hanging out. Look, he's right there. Oh, well, come on, focus. He's right. It's not gonna focus. I need to turn the light on. And of course, there's the birds, right? You got the tour of my whole house here. He's right there, you see him? Oh, there he goes, he just jumped. Dang, he's cute, isn't he? We don't have a name for him yet, which is rare. Kids usually naming everything here. He's gonna get fed later. And this is everything that I tried to pull out of that tank that was broken. Anyway, wow, we're at half an hour here, and I'll trim this down, probably be like 25 minutes take out all pauses if I can. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my whole setup everywhere. So yeah, hoping I'll get to come back to you guys and you know, at least like do this build out. So that'll be a great little demonstration. I didn't think I'd be doing that so soon, but I had to get this knocked out. Get those goldfish back over here. Give them a good home. So that'll be fun. All right. Well, I look forward to seeing you guys there, and thank you for joining me again. Till next time. Bye-bye.